I wasn't under it. So they did. Like, ooh.
He just made a fatal mistake.
Department of WWE. Kevin Dunn is TV. Kevin Dunn is just as valuable to the WWE as Vince McMahon. The WWE is successful without Kevin Dunn.
Team deathmatch. Destroy the enemy.
Nothing to do with the writing of TV. Kevin Dunn didn't push ideas or suggest ideas.
Eyes on enemy.
The show. Kevin Dunn directed and produced the show was two separate things. Now, I don't know if that's changed. But I could say when we were there, Kevin never, ever stuck his nose in creative. Television division. He did his job, we did our job, and we worked together.
Because you're like, and I trust you more than a lot of the other wrestlers.
We got the lead. Now hold.
I don't remember, or I'm not going to call this guy a liar if he said it. It's probably true. So I trust you more than a lot of other people. But he says Kevin Dunn's like, maybe he does a terrible job, and I don't see how you can say that when you look at the production quality of WWE. I don't know how you can get off saying he doesn't do an amazing job.
He does an amazing job. He's been there for. You talk about a guy who just absolutely dedicated his life to WWE. tell you this, bro. If it were up to Kevin Dunn, they would have hired me back as a writer too. Kevin Dunn would be the first one to say, "Come on, bro, you know what Russo did. You know nobody's been able to do it since." Kevin Dunn would be the guy to say that.
These days, because of the prevalence of indie wrestling within the WWE these days, they're signing so many of these guys who have these long indie resumes because they want to make the marks online happy. But everyone they're signing is like in their mid-30s. By the time they make
Flashbang incoming!
I said that years ago, right? When NXT first started, and I was looking at some of these guys, I remember saying, bro, these guys are not spring chickens. And then they actually started looking up the ages. And I was like, why are you signing guys in their mid-30s when you should be signing guys that are 22 years old that are going to have... So, bro, I recognized that, like, literally 10 years ago.
It's like, and it's not just that they're mid-30s, they're mid-30s, but they've been wrestling the indie style for years, so they're totally broken down. They spend so much time in town, that's all the time they make out.
That's me, eyes in the sky.
It's a sustainable... Like, I can't imagine that it is, right?
Sighted on target.
I mean, bro,
Tossing symptom!
I always compare wrestling a lot to professional sports. Bro, professional sports, bro, they go after athletes when they're 16. Trying to 35, bro. Like, again, bro, it just defies logic. It just defies logic.
Textbook!
And then, bro, on top of it, people are going to be set in their ways. I have learned from so many people, and they're doing things a certain way. Now you got to break them out of the way they're doing it, and you got to teach them the WWE way. It doesn't make any sense to me. Unless it's an exception, but this happens all the time.
You experienced that in TNA, right? In your later years of TNA, when they were bringing all these guys, you go on record and said that. You tell us that from back in the day, like,
You better be
ready.
You fucking run!
They were sent as years went on, you guys came in, they were disrespectful.
Bro, you know, as I was getting on in TNA,
Not so
because
fast!
I could see the business really changing. And bro, the biggest change in the business for me was the lack of respect from the new people coming in. Bro, that's when I really started
Stay alert, Black Ops. We got a mole.
understanding and realizing I didn't want to be a part of that anymore. I did not want to work with them. I was used to. I was being disrespectful. I felt a lot of them were spoiled, rotten
Using
brats.
scalp pulse.
And bro, to be quite honest with you, I did not want to work. If that's going to be the new talent coming up, I did not want to work with those people.
This is kind of an oddly specific question. You probably don't remember it. After the Ministry of Darkness broke up, Undertaker was doing that tag team Big Show, and he would cut promos about motorcycles, and he'd be seen backstage with like the bandana and stuff. He was kind of out of character. I don't know if you were still writing, just hinting toward, like, were you, if you were still writing, were you going in the biker direction that he ended up going in after you left?
I don't think I was writing, because I was never going in a biking direction with Taker. But I will tell you this, bro. If you remember, a magazine cover way before that of Taker on a motorcycle. And the reason why I did that was because I knew his love of motorcycles, so I thought it would be like a really, really cool cover. And but when I was there was never any talk of a biker.
I always thought Taker was at his best when you were writing the show. I've said that many times. When you came back briefly in 2002, you said you had that one meeting with the writers committee. You pitched a year of television, and then when you left, they all proceeded to bury you. That's unfortunate. Do you remember what your ideas were?
Bro,
know, my biggest idea was, bro, as much as him and I did not get along personally, still do not get along personally, the idea I really pitched was Vince McMahon. I said to Vince, you have to hire Eric Bischoff. You got to hire Eric. Eric is a talent. The story was Vince winds up hiring Eric. And, you know, Eric is just popping Vince's ass, putting him over, doing everything Vince wants, blah, blah, blah. Long before that is,
Obviously, when you were the head writer and you were writing as opposed to booking and everything was character and storyline based, they were attracting the casual audience. And now, it's like not only are they not attracting the casual audience, it seems like they're purposely trying to attract as little people as possible. I know you probably don't know the answer, but what is your theory as to why they would purposely be going after less viewers? I will never understand that.
wow, bro, I don't know because I don't understand the logic. Bro, like take for instance, Righty, this is what I always related to. You know, let's take AEW for example. They have a very small, limited audience. They have a very niche audience. And for some reason, the mentality is, this is ours. Nobody else can come near it. If you don't like it, it's theirs. It can't go any further. So let's take, for instance, you, Righty. You got that. Okay, bro, say, you know, you're a young kid. A lot of your friends don't know the Birds. So what do, bro? You want to introduce them to a band and music you love. Guys, you gotta listen to the Birds. You're sharing with everybody. That's when you like something, bro. You want it to be popular. You want it to be successful. You're gonna tell your friends about it, whether it's a movie, or a TV show, or a band. This is the complete reverse psychology. Righty, I wish I could tell you the logic behind it, because if they were
MTC's in the red.
fans,
It's now or never.
people to be watching this as possible, it would not be an exclusive club. Well,
Yes.
I can't explain it to you because it goes against everything I know.
Just for you.
Yeah, it's completely devoid of logic. But I've heard you say on some castrating remarks that maybe a theory, the audience and even some of the people in the business are people who've just been bullied over their love of wrestling. They're nerds. They're borderline sexual deviants. They represent the casual audience, and they don't want them to now enjoy the thing that they cling to.
That's a good theory, Righty, but think about that for a second. If that's true with what you're saying, I would think if I was somebody that was bullied, it just
Hang on. Let me call Langley. Give him the good news.
Gentlemen, day is up.